All right. Check, check, check. I think the people can hear us now. Let's go. What's up, Justus? Where are we?
We are in Cape Town, as you can see in our beautiful office. It's windy as hell. I hope you don't hear it on the audio, but yeah, it's our office, our apartment.
And we're doing this again for the first time after 2 weeks.
Yes.
Because what did we do last week? We traveled.
Well, last week we traveled. I think were we on the plane while we had demo session? Yes, I guess.
No. Oh, well, that's okay.
The preparations were.
Anyways, we traveled down to Cape Town together with the whole team because we want to escape the Berlin winter and lock in. We're all living together basically or close by now here in Cape Town, have this little office where we really work from early to late at night to make Acta work, make progress on the products we're building. I think we're all blessed to be here. I mean, the first days were a bit ups and downs, I would say, right? Rough. Why rough?
Well, a lot of things happened. I don't know, when it was the first time traveling for me, it's like out of Europe, and the first days when you arrive, there's like all this complicated stuff and things go wrong until you just start arriving. So yeah, some things happened there, but after the weekend, after the first weekend, we finally grooved in, and that's why we hopefully can present you a wonderful, productive week from everyone. Actually, I'm very excited to see what everyone did this week, because for me and Chris, we were like so locked into the social media side that we didn't even know what this W Media team, shout out. But yeah, excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. And also, I think all the little ups and downs you can also see in the vlogs. We did like the unfiltered vlogs, where this guy said, hey, we're going to document actually for real what is happening. And now this is live on YouTube. Acta Unfiltered, right?
We'll get to it later.
We'll get to it later. Okay, quick spoiler. So what is this today? For the ones who are new, joining this for the first time, we're Acta, and Acta is a company that builds companies that serve humanity. And we're sort of a group of engineers, designers, content creators, company builders who want to get together and build a lot of cool companies that in the end serve humanity. So what that means, we're looking for ideas that we think make human life better in some dimension. And this is sort of what unites us. We started a few months ago, and one thing that we really enjoy or resonate with is building this company in public. What that means, we are putting all of our numbers basically live, from revenue numbers to churn to analytics and so forth as the products now launch. We document what we do in formats on YouTube, on Instagram and so forth. And also we just try to really, show the world what it looks like to build startup from zero. And today we have the demo session, like every Friday, at least most Fridays, where we're just sharing the progress across all the projects we're working on. Sort of a quick moment for the team to celebrate, hey, this hard work in the week really paid off. This is the thing I can show you that I ship to the world and just celebrate a bit the craft that we are doing. So this is what's going down today. And yeah, so anything else?
Maybe I can add, since we do a lot of new things also for us, there's always a lot of learnings and things we try for the first time or things that we never thought were possible. So I think we will also share some learnings, hopefully some new things for you guys. And yeah, this whole sums up the idea of this whole demo session.
Awesome, cool. So I would say we just go through the demos now, one by one. And after this, we're also going to respond to some questions in chat in case there's things you're curious about. Just hang out a bit more online, and then, yeah, let's take it from here. All good?
Sorry.
Okay. Then we need to just talk louder into the mic. But let's go with Elias, right? Reflector, Project Nova. Well, something in between. Let me quickly switch to the right setup. All right. This should work now. You can see the screen. Check. I think this is also working. I hope
this should be working fine. Can everybody hear me fine?
Yeah, this might work. If this not, we'll figure it next time.
All right, chat. All right. So, maybe a little bit about what I'm working on.
Bit closer, bro.
Bit closer. I'm sorry.
Let's go. That's all good.
I'm currently working on Reflector, which is basically an AI coaching app. I'm pretty sure most of you have probably heard a bit about Reflector, thanks to these guys back there.
So much content
I think
this week.
they've done a wonderful job with the content this week.
Vamos.
And maybe one or the other has even heard of Project Nova. Now, basically the reason why we started Project Nova is because we had quite a couple of learnings from the previous iteration of Reflector, which we thought should be put into one basically new experiment slash product Could also be called an iteration, but I think it even
maybe
moves a step further.
Context on that. So we had this idea of building a leadership coaching app a few months ago, because I personally worked with a leadership coach many times in my life, and it really helped me become a much more fulfilled person, become more effective at my work, and just progress in life. And leadership coaching is really expensive for many people, and we thought, hey, with AI, there might be the potential to build something. And we spent a lot of weeks, months working on this app. We launched it, and now we have the first few paying customers, which is great. But we talked to, I think, 50 people by now.
Probably.
And what we learned is, hey, there's cool elements in there, but there's also a lot of noise in there.
Yeah.
So what we said, hey, fuck all the noise, keep the good stuff, make it even better. And now this is the experiment we're doing. It's not a public project yet. We are just at 100 people that we're taking on there to kind of see, hey, do you enjoy this new experience? But this is sort of the next generation of what we've been working on. And Eli, I'm super stoked that you're the project lead together with Arda. You worked really hard this week, so maybe show us a bit more now.
Yeah. Right. So regarding what we learned from the previous iteration. So basically the harsh truth is we didn't have proper retention. So that means that people were coming in, and quite a few people I think by now, but most were dropping off very soon, I think after the first week. Yeah. So the reason being that for one, they were kind of confused with the features that they were being faced with, but there is also, there's this realization that a lot of users actually like the coaching experience. The way we kind of tweaked the model with the prompting was something that, a lot of users really enjoyed. Also, users like to kind of find out what they want in terms of, what their goals are, and most importantly, how to even get there. And that's basically what we are trying to coach them through.
By the way, what is funny, we have some users in chat who are using the app, just saying like, hey, yeah, cool app, whatever. Oh, yeah. Also, Hendrik the Goat, I saw you subscribed. Thanks, man. Helps us push harder.
Amazing, yeah.
Let's continue.
All right. So then basically what we came up with is we wanted to have like a really simple coaching experience, mostly focusing on voice because it's simply the most natural type of interaction. But also a lot of users told us that they liked it checking in on them from time to time. So we also thought of these personalized notifications, basically, which might check in on how it's going with your journey or like how much you're moving forward with your goals. So also we thought, it would be nice to have some sort of timeline of previous sessions, just so you can revisit them from time to time. And also a way to kind of track your metrics, right? Because at the end of the day, things you can't measure can hardly be accomplished. So now the question was kind of, how do we build this? So I sat down after we went through a couple of ideations and basically hopped into Figma, and really kind of tried to sketch out the entire product flow from the initial onboarding after the sign up. And also one thing I think it would be important to note here is that we try to base the entire experience off of just this coach interaction. So this also means instead of asking questions like in a typical app onboarding, where you basically fill out forms and go step to step, you instead now just have one natural conversation where you basically decide on your goal, decide on the metrics you want to track, and when the coach is supposed to check in on you.
Looks great. And it's not just the design, but now we already have a lot implemented. I think your phone is right here.
So this, by the way, I think this happened around last week, Wednesday, Thursday or something. And now the first version is kind of here. We're not quite ready to launch yet. It's probably going to take a couple of days. But the AI interaction works. We still have a few things to tweak, but at least, the project's usable.
Let's go. One person actually said voice mode would be cool, so to use it while driving. We actually are adding a version of voice mode. I think you already started working on it. So that's what we heard. So just to zoom out, we learned a bunch of stuff. We launched the first version. Now there's a much, much better version informed by everything we learned. And in the next few days, roughly,
hopefully,
we'll launch to the first 100 people. Users also just dropped the link for signing up for the waitlist. We'll restrict it to 100 people because we, in the description, let's go, Chris, nice. Because we only can take on 100 people. And test flight, if we kind of test the app, we cannot do more than 100. So first come, first serve if you're interested in trying the new demo. sign up now. Thank you, Elias.
Right,
and
then.
shout out to Arda. Arda, if you're watching, man, you're a fast fucking genius engineer.
He's a goat.
Still structure code a bit cleaner, but we're getting there. It's part of the learning process. Thank you so much, Eli.
All right, man.
See ya. Okay, next up. Joe. Hello, you're Joe.
What up?
I answered a few. Is another question?
Hello, Luis.
Der Elements used to vouch it. Okay. So first off, we started launching on iOS because just the majority of our customers or users for Reflector are on Apple devices. However, we want to, of course, also turn this into an Android version quite soon. But for now, we want to get it right first. So realistically, it will be maybe a month or so until we go to Android, given that what we learn is the thing's actually amazing. In terms of limits, we really want to, for now, give you as much access that you can use it as heavily as you want to. And then if we notice that, for example, our API costs are too expensive, so we need to, add a more advanced plan or so forth, we'll add that in time. But for now, you should be able to use it as much as you want, especially for the Project Nova setup. So the first 100 users can just use it as much as they want until we kind of get a lot of insights. So yeah, thanks chat for the question. If you have questions all the time, just let us know. I think it makes this more fun to interact with the internet. So Joe, what the hell did you do this week?
What's up?
Closer to the mic.
Question. Closer? Okay. So, I'm Joe. Hi. And to anybody who doesn't know me yet, what I'm currently responsible for is growth. And
maybe speak a bit louder. I don't know.
speak a bit louder? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, I'm responsible for growth, and I will get you right into the topic. What I mean with growth. So growth means that we have an amazing app coming up, but the people need to see it on the internet, right? So obviously we have the amazing media team, which is doing a good job on showing you the application on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever it is. But there's so much more, right? There's Google, there's AI search engines, and that's really what I'm focusing for, to be shown in those. And doing that, there is SEO. That's the so-called mechanism behind it, which is search engine optimization. And you can rank in search engine optimization to rank like high up on Google. You need to write blogs, for example. And in those blogs, you need to write a certain amount of keywords to then rank high on those specific keywords. Because Google then crawls through the internet and really picks like, okay, which articles are trustworthy, which articles are clicked a lot. There's a lot of factors playing into that. But that's the basic theory behind it. Then also, we decided to build a personal brand around me. We started that with Justus already this week and Chris. And yeah, so mainly what I focused now on for now was LinkedIn and Instagram. And I'll walk you through it, because with LinkedIn, we already went quite well. Actually, my second post reached 50.
By the way, the wind is going so crazy, man. Like here in Cape Town, it's so windy, it's so distracting, but I hope it doesn't distract you too much.
No, as you can see, I'm fully focused. But yeah, actually, we didn't have wind. We had wind for the first 4 days. Then we didn't have wind for a week or more, and now it's the first time we have wind again. But yeah, I hope you don't hear it in the stream. So yeah, LinkedIn went really, really well. My second post went viral, so to say, on LinkedIn, because 57,000 impressions is quite good for LinkedIn. And 200 likes and reactions. And basically what I wrote was that I got rejected from Nova, and it was the best thing that happened to me, because that's in the end how I ended up here. If you want to check it out, go to my LinkedIn. You can read more there. And
drop the link, guys.
Drop the link.
Shameless self-promotion.
Fuck, I didn't send it to you.
Stream by now,
You
but
can find
it's
it.
all right. No, we're just documenting, guys. All right. Right.
So basically, yeah, that's one thing we did, and the goal is to have like a focused brand around me to later on have more traction around me and have like a brand ambassador for Reflector. Same with Instagram. We posted a few reels, 3 days ago, 1 a day. And they're focused on some personal topics, for example, that I'm addicted to social media. And yeah, that's also quite nice to see that there is quite some traction. We can build up on that and move on from there. Now, now to the technical stuff. What did I do to SEO technically? We created a beautiful blog page, which you can go to. I think it's in the chat already, or is it? Yeah, it's coming now. It's in the chat, yeah. So that's where I drop all the blogs which I mentioned, with all the keywords, with all the technical stuff. And it's actually also really interesting to read. There's some nice reads in there. I'm going through why reflection actually works and what's the science behind it. Because Lewis built it from a totally different motivation. He said, okay, I went through this. I felt what mentorship can do in coaching, but now I'm showing it from a completely different perspective, from a scientific perspective, because he's just showing you what he learned. And we can also build it up from this scientific perspective.
And this again, I think the reason also why we're adding blogs is that if people type AI coaching or leadership coaching or how to reach my goals on Google, on ChatGPT, we rank in these queries. So this is the foundation for that.
Exactly, yeah. It's not just a nice read, but will rank us high. The cool thing is a search engine optimization changed a bit. It's not search engine optimization anymore, it's search everywhere optimization. And that's what we're doing with all these.
Did you get this from Leo?
No, actually not.
No?
Actually from a YouTuber.
Okay,
I stumbled over it, but would have, yeah.
That's a proper rebrand. Shout out to Leo, head of growth at Jamie.
Peace, Leo. Actually, yeah, it's what focuses on everything on the internet, because now it's not just Google anymore, which was the case 15 years ago, but now it's everything. Social media, which these guys do amazingly. Then it's Instagram, then it's Google, but then it's also AI search engines. So what is cool now, even though if we don't rank high for one specific keyword, let's say AI coach, I try everything with these blogs, however, it's just too competitive, we can't make it up there. AI has now advanced methods to really crawl through everything, and if your blogs are decided to be really helpful and useful for a user, they still can be mentioned in the AI mention just above all the search results in Google. So writing good blogs really matters, even though you don't necessarily rank up high.
Yeah.
So
I think there's also a big shift. There's quite a few software companies even that saw insane growth in revenue just because they optimized for like ChatGPT search in that sense. We want to call it that way, right? Yeah. Even though it's really hard to fully trace and predict and what the algorithm is on that, it's important that we do these sort of things. I think you're cracking the code there more and more. So good job. I'm excited to see how, now with the first blogs out, the ranking is going to develop, and if it helps us acquire the right people that we can help with Reflector. So nice.
100%, and also because on the other hand, we can see people who still gain traffic on Google, yet they lose conversion and money, because they don't shift to these AI engines, because the decision making really changed. The psychology behind how people really purchase changed, and that's why we need to focus on everything. Yeah.
By the way, one comment from a user on the chat actually, nice. Reddit is something we're doing a lot. Justus, the Reddit legend. You're spending too much time on Reddit, right?
No.
Okay. Just
more on that later.
More on that later. All right. Cool. Joe, thank you so much.
Of course.
Cool update. Good week. Let's go.
Thank you. Oh, I wrote one number I want to drop.
Okay, please.
Because last week I started slower. I wrote 5 blogs, and this week I wanted to triple up to 14 blogs. That was my goal for the beginning of the week, 2 blogs a day. However, I ended up doing 20 now, and will finish with 8 more on the weekend.
Let's go. That's actually crazy. Yeah. And those blog posts, I mean, you really optimize them. You use a tool called Surfer SEO, where you can get a score, because there's no point in us publishing low-quality blog posts. It doesn't help our ranking and so forth. But this is a crazy number, bro.
Yeah, I
you really crushed this week.
Yeah, for sure.
War energy, man. I love it. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the interview.
Let's go, bro. We were just having fun. By the way, shout out to Kolo and Hendrik, bro. Thanks for joining. I think next up, Akshat. The guy that actually exists from India. We weren't sure until he got here.
I'm real,
but
guys.
Now we can confirm he's real. Yeah?
I'm real, okay.
If you want to go a bit closer, you can also go closer. Whatever works for you, man.
Okay.
And then I think you're here. So, what were you building? What are we building, Akshat?
Okay, so like we are building another venture inside of Acta, and like this is more focused on like the organizational aspects rather than personal. And it's more about like how do you manage organization, and more than management, how do you keep track of things. So like generally when I was working in the past, and generally I've seen in organizations, you start a new project or you start something, you make a very nice Google Doc and you write everything in it, and after 2 weeks everybody forgets about it, and you just never revisit it, So with orgOS, the idea is like we bring this role management kind of approach to organizations, and we bring in real-time data. So
maybe to like just express in other words, I think what you said was spot on. If you run a team that grows beyond 5 people, you really need to think about how do you actually organize your team. Who's doing what. You cannot just keep everything in a small shared to-do list or an Excel sheet and so forth. And at some point you need to think about what are the roles in a team, who's doing what are the accountabilities, what are the numbers and so forth. So we are creating a software called orgOS, which brings together roles, metrics, and also something we call like systems, where you can map out, for example, a funnel for your user acquisition, and in real time as a leadership team see, hey, where are we doing good, where are we doing not so good, and you're building the foundation for that this week. And yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, so it has been awesome. Like I've been doing a lot of programming as always, and this is the repo. We will also drop the link in the chat. So if somebody wants
open source,
to,
right?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? Why are we open source, man?
Yeah, because I think like the black box kind of approach will not work if we want companies to trust us, and they should be able to see what we are doing there with their data, and if they want, they can use it for free and host their own, and like not
we're
care about
an open
us.
company. Another thing that we really try to do, open source all of the code.
Yeah.
We're here to just make good things and not just maximize for the profit capture. Of course, money is one of our main goals, also to show that the value that we're creating in the world is actually, we're capturing, that we're truthful to that, we're actually doing something that is useful. But yeah, it's a cool starting step. So maybe let's jump into the demo if you want, what it looks like today.
Yeah.
I think this is the most interesting part to most people.
Okay, so I will go on home. And
nice page transition. We did not do the design final yet, right? It's not functional at the moment. That's still a nice touch.
Yeah, this is just like a page. We don't have any extra features here, but generally what I want to walk you through is how we set it up. So right now we have organizations which syncs and which works with the least amount of configurations or authentications or setting up you have to do. So we are trying to make it in a way. So like for organization admins or one guy in a team, like for example, Joe in our team can easily go in and give everybody right access or, set it up. So like you don't waste so much time setting it up. So here you will be able to see your organizations. I should not show IDs. I will remove that. But you can see all the members. You can see what role has been assigned to a member. And
then I think the most interesting part is actually the role mapping you've written, right? So maybe let's look at the canvas. So when you think about organizing your team with different roles, you need to think about, like, a lot of people do it on, say, a whiteboarding software or on a whiteboard actually physically, writing out all the roles, linking them together. We want to create sort of a nice version for that, which then ties directly into the metrics. So maybe we actually just show how this works, how we can create a role, how the general setup looks there.
Yeah, so like let's say we have a new team. We want to map our media team and we want to map their efforts. So I created a new team here, and now here I can see all my team members and the roles they have. Right now we don't have any. So let's say I create a new role. It's called LinkedIn Pro. And let's say the purpose is to have great reach on LinkedIn. Yeah. So soon we will have metrics where you can live,
right?
where you can actually live track. Okay, my last post got 3,000 or 57,000, and how much people did I actually get in my app from those LinkedIn posts. So you can draw relations between different platforms, and you can see actually what is driving growth or what is the bottleneck which is not driving growth. So you can take smarter decisions. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And once you create a role, you have like a block here, which you can use to map out and structure how your team looks like. So let's say there are videographers or something, and like we can map here how they will connect to each other. And I gave Elias this role, and yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. Generally, just first there were a few questions. First, we're doing a Q&A later, and then generally what this looks like. Maybe it looks a bit thin right now, but the cool thing is this is just a very basic version. If you just think this representation for your team, if you're working in a team, if you're running a team, that looks, we'll design it a bit better even, but it's already a great starting point. And you have real-time metrics in there, flagging directly like where potential is that you can take. This is just so important. We're building this also for ourselves. So also one guy said, we're serious because we're bringing in the Indian guy. Yeah. We are, bro. You're a good engineer.
Okay.
It's great that we are here. It's great that we are doing this open source. You'd also spend a lot of time on the data fetching question, like how do we easily integrate with a lot of things? How can we easily pull the data in the right moment, store it, and so forth? But yeah, this sort of stuff
Yeah,
is
and
solved mostly, I would say.
Soon, I hope our repo is at a point where we can accept contributions from the public.
Let's
So, you
go.
know, if you have a cool idea, just go ahead and implement it. And like,
Unleash the Indian masterminds, man.
yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Thank you so much, Akshat. Good
Cool.
job. Good job. Nice. Thank you. Give a fist bump. Yes. No fails on the streams. Nice. We made it. Okay. And now the moment all of you have been waiting for. The media team. The media team. Okay. We're gonna do the Q&A afterwards. Are you guys ready?
We are so ready.
One
Born
thing
ready.
that is important, you need to scream into this mic because
Okay.
apparently this is a bit more silent than the other one.
Okay, but I can talk normal here.
Never not learning, right?
Exactly, you're so wise, man.
All right, I tried to
So
scream.
W.
but I normally speak very quiet.
I'm louder. I'm louder. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We can switch.
I'm also deaf apparently. I lost hearing in one eye and one ear.
So, let us give you a quick overview on what we did.
Yes, sir. So, first of all, this will be the most filled with content, with learnings, presentation so far.
We put a lot of sweat and tears into that.
So the first thing, this is Chris.
This is Justus.
Thanks. So we're the media team. For those guys who doesn't know us or maybe see this without ever hearing from us, we do all the social media, marketing, public activities you see from Acta, and
We're carrying the team, basically.
exactly
Yeah.
every personal brand, everything.
Everything.
And we this week something very nice happened. We moved from the social media team to the marketing, growth, branding, and social media team. So we stepped up. We
We involved to
Involved.
Glurak.
to Glurak.
Charizard.
Yeah.
Charizard? It is.
So this will. What the fuck? How? Okay.
Yeah.
So this will take a little bit longer because we have much things to share. But we will start with some numbers so you can actually see what we put out. We talk about social media, what we did this week, all the stuff we posted. Then marketing. We did some marketing stuff this week. And also branding stuff. So yeah, Chris, do you want to start with
I can start
numbers?
with the great numbers. That's what we like. We hit 10K on Instagram finally. Let's go! Whoa! Claps in the chat. Claps in the chat. I want to see claps in the chat. Okay, all right. And we have like a big statistic overview of how many views we gained on Instagram and how many accounts we actually managed to reach. And as well, yeah, a lot of likes, a lot of comments. We don't need to go on that. We actually had a lot of follower gain, 1K to be exact. We grew Reflector to over 90 weekly users, which is amazing. 84 beta users in 48 hours. We branded Joe, as Joe already talked about the LinkedIn impressions and posts. It got 66K impressions on that. That's pretty impressive for the first LinkedIn post? Third. That's still pretty impressive.
Under Acta.
Under Acta, that's pretty impressive. And then 340 followers on Reflector, our second Instagram account.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see the impressions here already. We are open company, guys. That's the reason why we are sharing every little detail here.
That's the first week of Reflector. We just started the account, so
Which is still pretty fucking good. That's just amazing.
but a long way to go, bro.
Long way to go. And
yeah.
then
So with this being said, these
Wow.
are all the numbers we put out. So you know we're not talking any bullshit with the things that are coming now, because now we're gonna talk about actually the social media stuff. This week was insane.
insane.
Controls, you have to do this. I can't.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus.
All right.
We put out a lot of stuff. We planned on posting 23 individual content pieces.
Yeah.
And we are gotten very far by Friday. We start with Acta. We did 3 unfiltered vlogs. We started a vlog series where we document everything we do, from the wins, the fails, the moment we arrived.
And you have to appreciate that man is always waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning to really get the 3 hours of deep work in to actually publish the vlog, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
But there's actually a good reason why we do this. When we film everything and every time, we capture all the moments. For example, when we were at the airport, we captured how our app went live into the App Store, which is a moment that will never happen again. This is just once in a lifetime moment, and we captured it on camera. Insane. Then we got our second user for the app, and we also got that on camera. And this is why I would encourage you, if you also trying to document something, film everything. You don't have to create vlogs out of it, but if you start to grow and you have these moments captured on camera, it's always insane.
Yeah, I can just say yes. It's the most important thing to just be authentic, you know. I mean, one reel on Reflector's Instagram, I think it went viral just because we captured others.
Yes.
App Store moment. Sure. Otherwise, it wouldn't go that viral.
Yes. Also, we posted 5 reels on Instagram on the Acta channel, plus 10 test reels. I got 200 something views on there, and also more followers than you saw in the statistics above, because those are not updated yet. But yeah, these 3 reels are our most favorite ones.
Yeah, the most favorite ones.
Can we
That's
actually
number
show
one.
them?
We can show them,
Wow.
and then after that we can answer 2 questions.
Yeah.
By the way, wait. We have a big problem. So let's do a speed run to fix that. First, Elias is talking to a lot of customers to find what you guys like about Reflector. Second, we are striping everything down to what really matters. No more 4 features, just one insanely good one that helps you reach your goals 10 times faster. As we found out, this is what you guys like. And finally, we are testing out the new version of Reflector by making a waitlist for only 100 people. So just comment waitlist to get 1 spot. This is an AI coaching app, and it was made by those guys who ended up in making...
Are we live again?
Yeah.
Perfect. This is a small hint to what we're going to talk about in marketing, but basically we are, of course, promoting all our AI startups, softwares that will come in the future. And this was a very exciting reel. I can highly recommend you the song we put under this reel.
Oh my god, the song is amazing, guys. Check it out. It's Where's My Husband?
Where's My Husband?
Bro, we are singing it.
Ooh.
Where is my husband?
Baby, what has my husband? You know it from TikTok, but this is the instrumental version.
Sorry, I can only do the refrain.
It's the instrumental version, but if you do videos, the song only has been out for 3 weeks, guys, or 3 months.
Yeah.
Nobody has used it by now. Use it.
Yeah, and we have 2 questions in the chat. Where do you get your inspiration for your content? Answer it.
We steal everything. So basically, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are crazy cool creators out there, and we don't say copy one-to-one, but for example, this song, I just saw it on a TikTok and it was like, let's use this song. And then the hook we saw on another video and we said, let's use this song. And then we combine those.
You just inspired from many creators and put it into one piece and give more from your own ideas.
Yeah.
And then you got the great piece.
And the longer you do it, the more you start combining things in your head, which you experienced in the past. So the more you do it, the better you get at it, and you get a feeling for it. Is another question?
How are the guys able to post so consistently? Oh my god. I think we are actually, that's the first week where we are very much consistent. But in the past we couldn't manage it because it was too much. However, now we are just grinding all day. That's the honest truth.
We wake up at 6 a.m. and basically we don't leave the office until midnight. And in the time we film, we edit, we post. And also because we don't have to just create content for one channel, but for 5, I guess now. Yeah. We have to constantly film on one day for multiple days. And but having a good schedule is important. We will come to that later, what we did this week to achieve that. Yeah, bro, of course.
Sure, it's gonna take 20 minutes. It's the best part of the stream. We should
so,
we can do that 1 hour, man.
Yeah, this is the things we do posted on Acta, and so 3 vlogs and 5 reels, plus also test reels. We talked about this in an earlier episode. If you haven't watched all the demo sessions. The test reel part where we explained what we do there is in one of the others. Promotion. And then we also started with Reflector content because as you heard from Eli and the other guys, we are also starting to get some users there, and we also want to provide you with good content. So we did our first 3 reels on there. 70k views. Not that interesting. We can show another reel, but I guess time-wise you can just go to Reflector on Instagram and look it up yourself.
Ooh, interesting. As well, 5 tips for start making content on AI engineering.
Let's come to that later in the Q&A session because
otherwise our presentation is taking too long. Probably.
Very important part that we learned on Reflector. These guys all build different AI models or softwares and stuff.
Yeah.
And what we need to be careful about as the media team is not mixing up the what's it?
The target group.
The target group.
Yeah.
For example, the target group of Reflector is a different one than you guys on Acta. So
Exactly.
we have to be now really careful on how we brand this.
How we mix
whole thing.
it and what content is very important. What
Great question.
do you think build in public helped you guys grow more faster and achieve your goals?
Yeah,
We were doing the questions after the presentation.
questions later.
That's what our
But very,
guys said
very
there.
good questions, guys. Very good questions. And yeah, one new thing we started implementing is posting regular, consistent stories.
yeah.
As you see me walk around with the camera before, we shoot everything.
Yeah.
There will be some great pictures coming.
Oh my god.
The next
they're
week
amazing,
we went to
man.
the beach and everything, and we tried to do cool stories. Also, stories are a great tool for getting.
Unfortunately, Justus is not.
Yeah,
seen-
you
is
won't
not
see
on
me in any photos
picture
because I take them
he's
all.
Doing the pictures.
But yeah, but
Should we move
yeah,
on?
we can move on.
Okay. So, marketing.
Marketing.
Do a quickly breakdown. That's your point.
All right, so we launched the new project on Reflector, Project Nova, and we thought it would be a great idea to do a video sales letter and a tele page, so that if we promote this project, we can have a page for people to sign up,
Yeah.
to give them some information.
Exactly.
Also, you get Joe's phone number there. If you haven't checked it out, it's also in the description, I guess.
It's not. No, we did put Joe's phone number in the
No,
description.
not the phone number, not the
We're
phone
not
number.
putting it, but
Just
the wait list and
the
everything
wait
is in the
list, yeah.
description. Yeah.
We got.
But we can give you the phone number of Joe
of
if
course.
that's fine for you guys.
Easy,
If you want that, easy.
easy.
No problem, right? No,
No,
it
this doesn't matter.
man. Okay.
He will answer everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got in the first 48 hours, I think, 200 people on there. About 84 already signed up, which is a 50% rate, which is fine, but we definitely
Yeah.
can improve.
For sure.
But yeah, this is the marketing stunt we did on the Project Nova. And then we campaigned this page with test reels, normal reels, and
Influencer
Reddit
campaign.
posts. Yes.
And an influencer campaign.
The influencer campaign is coming. We just started it.
Yeah, but like we have it already.
It's already
finished,
planned. Yeah.
And keep in mind that's just the 1 week.
Yeah, this just happened this week.
Yeah, it is.
Or the last
crazy.
48 hours.
Yeah, the week was crazy.
But basically, we have this. So to run down this whole marketing journey we're going through, we created this project, which is elias is working on.
Yeah.
We want to get 100 people on there. If you are not on there, the link is probably in the chat. It's not, because I'm not in the chat. Then we use Reddit posts, as we hinted before. This one I posted, I think, 6 hours ago. Got 160 views. One guy said, "Okay, that sounds awesome."
In the bathtub.
In the bathtub, yeah. Always stay productive, guys. But yeah, we do Reddit posts. There will be more in the future. We do the normal reels and also do a bunch of try reels. We did a campaign of try reels because try reels only get put out to non-followers. And we basically said, hey, you're not following us. That means you didn't know us. Go to this link, sign up here. And it worked great. We got, I think, from the 200 visitors on the site, I think 170 or something came from our try reel campaign. So
Which is crazy.
don't spend any money on AdSense if you're just trying to find product market
Just
fit.
use test reels. That's
Organic
it's
growth.
Very obvious.
Organic growth. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on. Also,
Branding.
really quick, we did an influencer campaign. More on that in the future.
Branding, yeah. We built Joe's brand, as we said the last time, and the setup is crazy. We posted 3 reels, got 60k impressions. And as you can see, we did that actually in the office. Like the whole thing, Justus put it up. It's a great, what is it? Mind map?
Mind map. Yeah, basically we're trying to create a brand ambassador out of Joe. So
Yeah,
that's
for
why.
the Reflector community.
Yeah. So we set up a LinkedIn strategy. If you want to take a screenshot, these are the prompts for the LinkedIn post that Joe went viral with. So.
And why are we actually branding a person on Reflector? That's quite easy to answer, because people want to follow people and not products itself. The product needs to be good, of course, as well, but it's also very important that you are following the person behind it. So that's the reason why we are branding Joe on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it is a mistake, because, I mean, look at Joe. I'm kidding. He's a great guy. Yeah?
No,
Okay,
but actually, as Joe is head of growth at Reflector, it makes perfect sense. He's involved with the product, uses it, and makes sense. And also, we have him honest iron.
Yeah.
This is good. Yeah.
Pinterest, yeah, we created a Pinterest board, which is not as useful as you would think, but still it's great
fucking
for the
cool,
vibe.
guys.
It's fucking cool, guys. You should do that. And as well,
Wow.
I think it really mirrors our brand
Yeah.
and just sets the vibe, you know?
And also there's a little bit of SEO there. We
Yeah,
don't have
that's true.
much people on there, but if people start searching up for Acta and
True.
this pictures comes up,
And maybe they want to create a vision board as well, and they're seeing.
oh
great,
my
that's
god,
Acta.
yeah, Acta, they cool, man.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
And also we do the live streams here. Hi, live stream. So
almost it's over. Okay, guys, it's
sorry, guys. So as you can see, we did a lot of things this week. I think we posted 18 individual content pieces in 1 week. We, besides all the Reddit and Pinterest and
VSL, video
VSL,
sales,
yeah,
letters,
everything in just
everything.
1 week. And we did this by setting up this board. Maybe you want to explain it?
The board is quite easy. Actually, Justus thought about the great structure, how we can manage to get all those things done. The A stands for A player, so every task that you are seeing below or above the green line is the things that we didn't do, and everything under the green line is the things that we achieved. And if we are achieving everything or putting everything under the green line, we are an A player. And right now we finished up, I think, 10 content pieces. There's still a lot above the green line, but I can say to you, we will probably finish everything this week. There's a lot of in the pipeline, and we are probably achieving that.
We basically thought, okay, what is the best thing we could do to grow this whole brand and become the biggest startup brand in Europe? And this is what we came up with.
Yeah.
Personal brand reads for both of us. Louis, our CEO, some great reads there. Joe, Acta, Reflector,
A lot of
everything.
personal brands and our Acta and Reflector brands.
So the big learnings to take away, guys, after we were to move to the questions. You can do more than you think. I think what we did this week is sprenging the scale.
It's amazing what we achieved.
Of everything.
Actually, you should try it.
You should try it. There's always more you can do. And if you think you tried everything, you haven't. We never went on Pinterest before, tapped into that. Nice. We did in VSL, we never did before.
Yeah,
Tapped into
down,
it,
yeah.
was nice. So if you only limit yourself by working media as on the content side, you won't reach anyone. So try to widen your horizon.
We will ask every question. Answer every question.
And
of course.
the next thing, content is bigger than quality. We put a lot of time into the reels and into the content pieces, but at the end it comes down to the content itself.
Yeah.
If the content and the idea is good, doesn't matter how
Yeah.
big you edit it, this is what you need to nail.
Sure.
100%.
80% is the content itself,
Yeah.
and the other one is 20% is editing, and the rest.
Yeah.
And fuck perfectionism.
Yeah.
Like honestly, we learned
Big
that
part.
for sure. Just go with the quantity actually, especially in the start, and later on you can improve in the
Yeah.
quality.
You have no idea what you're doing in the start. So worrying about perfection is like, you haven't even tried what target group you want to hit or what people like. So just put some shit out there. And also, content, as we see on how long our presentation is, content can be the backbone of everything. You just need to put it there. We're now using content
They're
for...
laughing their asses off there, but it's true.
Bro, all
It's true.
legit, our 90% of our marketing comes from there. We got our customers there. We do our customer feedback and DMs on Instagram. We personal brand our team members. It is important.
Okay, now
Ah.
we're moving on to the questions.
All right, holy
Right.
shit.
Go to ZV1.
To the ZV1,
I started
yeah.
sweating.
Okay. Can I steal your
Thanks for
mic
your attention,
a
guys.
second? Crazy week. For real.
Yeah.
Like, so much stuff happened across so many different things. And just now you see this stream exploded. We tried to just do it 15 minutes. We're now live for 1 hour of things, sharing, which is great. I would love to get into some questions. So if you guys ask some questions, we can now read them out step by step. Before we do that, though, I want to talk a bit more also about what I think makes all of this possible. Because it's not just that we're sitting here and we decide to work hard and we do a thing, but actually we spent months and months of really uniting as a team, of getting really clear who's contributing what, of clarity who owns what metric. We had to go through, some, not fights, but like discussions on, how do we split the team, how do we organize
All
the
in the
team.
vlogs.
We are doing in the DAO track. which is really
Documented.
important. We meditate twice a day. In the morning at 10, in the evening at 8. We work through things. On the weekend, because we're now so close to one another, there were so many tensions that came up, which we worked through, which were so important because all of a sudden truth was in the room and everyone kind of knew, okay, what is going on now? So I think it's really important to kind of stress that this puts us now into peak performance state across all of the things. And what I also would love to just mention is with media, it's so incredible to see what we're doing. We really found our vibe, we found our crowd. You guys are really working so fast now together as a team, and I love to see that because it's stepping into your full power. And at the same time, I really want to shout out also the others because product building is really, really difficult. You know, talking to people, figuring out what to
marketing
build,
is
doing
worth
designs,
nothing without good product.
No, like I agree. Media is the backbone of also what we're doing. The experiment from day one was like, hey, we're a media company first and also a product company, right? And I just want to also mention that because sometimes it seems like little progress on like product or software engineering stuff, but actually there's so much behind the scenes. I think everyone knows
everything you saw was built in 1 week, guys.
What goes into that, I just want to shout that also out. But overall, guys, crazy week. I'm so glad to be here. Also now in a little, stream setup. It's so cool with the light and everything. Also, I think the guys enjoyed it, and I think we never had as many people watching live before. So for the ones who are in chat,
shout out,
who are
subscribe.
watching, guys, thank you so much. So let's go into some questions.
Time for question.
We go ahead.
So I think one of the first questions was 5 tips for start making content on AI engineering.
Well, I would strip the topic. Like, what are 5 tips to kind of do your content? Maybe do the top 2 tips because we want to just focus a bit on the most important things. So someone starting out has no idea on how to do content. What do you tell them?
First, go on Instagram, look what others do. Try to implement that on what you're doing. Simply put copy. Try to get informations out of others. You don't have to sit there in a room and come up with ideas. Look what others are doing. Really listen to the people that you are, what's it called? Serving. So customer feedback is important, also on the social media side. And then just continue trying, especially if you start on AI, on whatever. Well, just push out content. If it works, it works. If you copy it from others and it worked before, it will probably work. And if you have any questions on content, you can also slide in our DMs. We help everywhere.
Cool.
Das ist special offer.
Next question. Do you think build in public helped you guys grow more faster and achieve your goals more faster as well?
I have a very concrete take on that. So what Build in Public really helped us with right now is a lot of talent around the world that was active on the hackathon, that is now in touch with Acta, that wants to also work for us. We get, I think, 5 messages a day of people who want to do unpaid internships and just contribute. This is, I think, the biggest benefit from Build in Public. In terms of customers, the beauty we saw this week, we had an idea. We want 100 people to test it with. So we have an experiment to have a sample size where we see did it work, did not work. And through media, we can very easily find those right 100 people on the internet. At the same time, I want to stress, if you think about doing your startup successfully, and how you grow fast, only start really thinking about aggressive growth once you hit product market fit. If you do this, you will basically get revenue, which feels very nice in the short term. But ultimately, if your churn is extremely high, your revenue retention is really poor, there's no really long-term perspective. And all of us are here to play the long-term game, which is why we're really taking a cautious approach to figuring out the product first really well, and then think about the right growth channels. But for the initial product market fit stage, content really helps to get those early adopters.
Yeah, so basically put, I would also say content helps with everything. I think we could launch some shitty courses and probably get 1,000 people to buy it. But what we're really trying to do is play the long-term game, and that's why you see the whole team behind there. They're working on really building good products for you guys. And once they build it, we will unleash our full potential. This is nothing. And then, so yeah, content is always good.
What kind of person would you currently be the perfect addition to your team, and which character traits should they bring at the table, perhaps even from perspective of the CEO?
Misogynist.
Cool.
This is the CEO, by the way.
Well, I hate if they call me that, but so I'm a big believer in small teams. But the unique thing about Acta, I think there was a question earlier also, what is Acta in the first place? We're a company that builds companies. So instead of thinking, hey, we're just one company that does the one product, we actually try to figure out how we can create an organization and environment and where we can scale the process of company creation that is not exit driven and really focus on the essence of making something great that really solves the problem. So obviously there is a component of scaling with people that we're looking for all the time. However, for the start, we're also very selective. We rather, like, our philosophy is that we can build a 100 million company with just 3 people. maybe 4 or 5. But with AI, we really embed AI from the very start, from everything we do. And this is our hypothesis that we're going after. And it might not be fully true today, because there's still, the tools are not on the level yet. There's still a lot of stuff you need to do manually. But this hypothesis is becoming even more true day by day, as new updates come out, as new software comes out, as things get more advanced and so forth. However, we're always looking for people. In terms of character traits, I would say, actually everyone here has some founder DNA. Like, these are the people, this is everyone, hello Joe. Oh. They have sort of this founder DNA, and what that means, everyone here I think has a good heart, deep down. Sure, everyone else has things they need to work through that we're working on in the DAO track, with coaching, with whatever it is. But fundamentally, I think everyone has a good heart here, is extremely ambitious, also courageous, because this is a company from zero. It's nothing that is working yet that everyone was joining. You two were doing your independent things before you two as well. You were doing your own agency basically, but selling some software, website things. And what is so great is that you guys were so willing to take the step, join this adventure. Because so what I think, if you apply yourself, let's say social media, for example, to a problem for many, many years, this is how you get actually exponential returns that really compound over time. You could have done a lot of agency work now for small clients here and there, but there's a limit to that, right, in the value you create. So what are we looking for? People who have high agency. If you don't know what it is, Google it. People who are, have a good heart. People who are excited by the work itself, that don't get dopamine by just the recognition, just the money, just the fame, but really by the work itself. It's a craft that we really put at center. And a quick learner. I think everyone here could figure out anything very, very quickly. This is an extremely important ability, especially in a world where things are changing very quickly. So more concretely, who are we looking for? People with these traits. One more thing, we look for people who are really good in quality in the work they do. We have a really high bar for the work we do in the products we design, and the designs we do, and the way we go about growth, and the content, and all of this. And what I see with a lot of people who are young, maybe 20, 19, 21, they just started out building their own projects. I see that the quality is not yet on the level. And what I would always say, perfect your craft first. If you have good side projects, things you can share with the world, that you can share with us if you apply at some point, it makes it a lot easier for us to spot whether you're good or not. The first thing we always look at is past work people did. And if this doesn't convince us, it is really hard for us to kind of take someone on, because it will take just so much time for us to get you on the level, and we cannot really predict how fast this will happen. So these are my thoughts on that. Sorry if I was talking too long.
Also, even though it was very long, I know that many of you are looking forward to working here. There will be some information shared, I guess, this week. Secret. Next week. There might get a spot open, or maybe an event, or maybe a competition. But more on that in the Discord if you haven't joined.
I think also very important, I got that question a lot here in the chat. Are you funded or self-financed? Where's the money you got to get the people on and everything? And as well, wait, need to click. Registered in Germany. Who is funding all of this, and why? How did you get them?
Cool. Great questions. So, Acta, as it is today, started in February when I went to Bali, meeting up with one of my earliest investors in the past startup I was building, Jamie AI. I started this company when I was 19 in college, built it for more than 5 years, together with my best friend, and we, along the way, did all of the mistakes, but also figured out how a company works, and grew Jamie AI together to now millions in revenue. Company is growing aggressively, has crafted a great product, and this sort of taught me everything I needed to learn. And Björn Koine, who is the co-founder of Acta, it's basically Björn and me as co-founders of Acta as the environment. We always had a very deep relationship in terms of looking at the world, looking at around wisdom, how you approach world, the things that are wrong with the world, things that are wrong with the venture ecosystem, how people approach building companies and so forth. And of this shared desire in Bali, we asked the question, hey, what is missing in this world? And we wanted, what we said is, hey, it's not enough for us to sit in a monastery and preach about how the world should be. The only way you change the world, or you get a shot at it, is by going out there and building a thing. And this was the inspiration for starting Acta. So far, Björn is funding everything here. So we're right now burning also 50K a month almost, roughly, which is actually quite a significant burn given we don't make any revenue yet. And at the same time, we're now talking to a very few select investors who are also down to join us at this stage. We are really picky with that. I mean, there's a lot of people also in the past from Björn and me that we could kind of talk to. But what matters to us is we really want to do things differently at Acta. We want to put the humans first. We are doing this meditation, breathwork thing to really maximize the state of performance that we tapped into this week for the first time, and all of these sort of things. But yeah, so far we are registered in Germany. But the big vision in a few years, in an ideal world, is that everyone here is a co-founder of their own venture inside the Acta environment, with hubs all around the world, maybe in India, maybe in Cape Town, maybe in Barcelona, maybe in Germany, all these sort of things. And these are just very the hardest days because, you know, going from 0 to the first thing that sort of works is always the hardest thing. And this is kind of where we are right now, what the investor structure looks like. One more thing, sorry if I'm getting too long, but I think it's a great moment to kind of answer that.
Good content.
Long term, we really have this dream to go into education. We're not doing this company, like Björn and I at least, from the motivation, oh yeah, let's do a nice 5 or 10 million revenue company. This is something like Björn, he sold this company for 400 million, which is crazy. This is not what motivates us. What we really want to do is shoot for the stars. It's like a moonshot project, if you will. And if it goes well, we want to dedicate the profits that we're making from the equity that Björn and I hold, primarily also to this education system question that becomes more important as we look at the change in society right now. But this is now the dream, very far in the future. But this is kind of what moves me and why we're here.
But also this is part of the things that we are doing now. I mean, on the whole content media side, this live stream, everything. Of course, Louis and Björn have a lot of experience in what they're doing. We are growing along the way. And when we once reach that point where we can share all the knowledge we have, we want to be at a point where we already shared some knowledge. And this is why we are already now tapping into this education thing, because we don't want to gatekeep. We want to inspire as much people as possible. We want to help as much people as possible. This is part of our philosophy. And that's why we have this beautiful Q&A round, which is taking long, but I think it's important.
I think it's very important as well.
It is.
And if you want to ask even more questions, just join our Discord channel. We are available 24/7 to answer every question that you are sending there.
DMs are always open. You can contact us everywhere.
Is there one more interesting question we should take, or is this actually a great way to end it? What are your thoughts? Okay, cool. Yeah. Then, for the ones who joined, guys, it is so fucking cool for us. I am dropping too many F-bombs. It's so cool for us to see you here, to kind of see that you're interested in the work we do, that you're chatting live, you're sharing some questions and so forth. I think this makes makes it more fun for us to do, because we see, hey, there's people on the other side of the screen, you know, who are watching, who are observing, who are giving us feedback. So this really is a community project. Let's go, guys. Come on to the camera one last time. For the ones who are watching, thanks for watching. See you again next week, Friday, same time. Join the stream. Thank you.
Leave a like,
Bye-bye.
subscribe.
Bye-bye.
See you all, guys.
You know how to turn off. Let's go.
Yeah, we click next to it.
No.